he had a chase tonight, battling back the way he did and giving you, 6 2/3 good innings?
Some grit, for sure. I think he kind of got punched in the mouth. It was almost kind of, he was laughing it off out there. I know there's some big UFC fights tonight. Usually when a guy kind of laughs or shrugs it off like it didn't bother him, it kind of did. So, no one wants to give up a lead early or get hit hard, but it does happen, in particular in this league, and these guys have done it to us 2 nights in a row, and you got to respond appropriately. And I think he gradually did, but it honestly kind of looked like it was going to be a replay of last night where we'd go to Kirby Canal really early in the game and take our chances there. But the way he kind of found his groove, I was just speaking with John Wilkerson. I wish I could tell you the couple hitters it was, but it wasn't the hitters. It was him, the way the ball was coming out. And that'll be one of his better outings in the coach's vote, because he kind of grinded or gritted that deal out and not only helped us tonight, but helped us for tomorrow.
How important was that gritting it out, just given how many guys y'all had to use those bullpen yesterday?
It's kind of dangerous to do what we did yesterday 2 days in a row. And I don't say this in a brash fashion, and maybe if we would have lost the game, but I think we got the guys to do it down there. The way Ben Joyce takes care of his body is insane. He's ready to go. And then it's kind of nice having a group of guys where you have to tell them, no, you're not available today, or no, we're not going to use you, or hey, can you get us a couple hitters, and they think they can give you 3 innings. I'd much rather fight that battle than a different one. So I think Coach Anderson helps our guys. We play it fairly conservative at the beginning of the year, so I think we're in a good position to do things like that if we have to, but it certainly is not ideal or plan A.
Last 2 nights, it's taken the bats a while to get going. Was it anything that you all are doing, seeing anything different from them, or just kind of having to find a way to get going?
No, Miles was really good, and then tonight was reminiscent of our first night in Oxford. Gaddis is really good too. He kind of undressed us there the first inning, and it was just, sit down, and your mind can go to a place where I wonder if that's going to happen the second inning too, or you can just understand, like last night we talked about 9 innings is a long time, and there's a lot of ups and downs over the course of 9, regardless of whether you win or lose, or win big or lose big, and so you got to kind of ride that storm. And again, I think it's circumstantial. He had a really good arm out there yesterday, and then today's guy, freshman, he's not scared. We watch video on him. He's a competitor. He's from Minnesota too, I think. So something in the water up there with those people.
A lot of water up there.
Yeah.
What have you seen from Mark McLaughlin to kind of cement his role in the bullpen that he's had lately?
I think and he might have been, if you ask him, he's the guy that when he was a freshman, we played Clemson in the fall, I remember, and he got out of the inning with a runner at third, and it was just kind of like, wow. We've had Crochet, and we've had a couple other guys, I think maybe Stallings. We had some good arms go, and it was like that kind of might have been the best-looking couple outs in a row, and that was, again, back when he was a freshman, and that's when we said to ourselves, this guy's going to be a very helpful piece of the puzzle now, and then he's going to be a very key piece of the puzzle down the road. And for whatever reason, maybe we held him back a little bit, or maybe he scuffled in those scrimmages in January and February, but I think he's talented. I think he wants to be really good. He's another one of those guys that always makes sure he's got his stuff in order, and it's fun to watch him right now because he's where he needs to be.
Jordan got his first career Grand Slam tonight. Just what was that like for him, especially because it kind of felt like the crowd could feel it coming?
Yeah, the crowd was calling him a bunch of names when he was on deck, and I think he was having fun with it more than anything, which is great. You need to be relaxed to an extent to play this game, but his presence in the box was really good because he kind of came up in some key situations. And again, as a coach, you're trying to be smarter than you really are over there and predict what's going to go on, and just you felt good about his presence in that at bat in that moment. But also our hitters had kind of grinded through to get us in that situation to wear down the opponent a little bit, and then the crowd was into it. And you kind of had a few of those moments where you're in the dugout. You want to focus on the task at hand, but you had a few of those moments where this is that vibe that was going on last year that got people really excited. And the people that were already at the park were having fun, and then other people around town or watching on TV are like, wait a minute, I want to go be a part of that. And you kind of got that vibe a little bit. And you got it in, my dad's from Chicago, in Chicago bear weather. So it makes it that much better, or we appreciate it that much more.
I know that you probably care about the back end of the season more than things that happened earlier, but to tie an SEC record with an 11-0 start, I mean, in this league with all the talent, what's that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know about it till, we were talking about with John on the radio. They actually said something yesterday, so we'll see where all that's at the end of the year and buy the guys a T-shirt or something. But for now, I hesitated to even say, hey, I think Lipscomb was the first game of the second half of the season, but at this point, what does it mean? It's kind of a group that is all about what's the next day got going on for me. And so I've kind of molded myself into their personality, and that's really all that matters. Is we've got a game tomorrow that is equal to, no less, no more than today's game. And it'll be a quick turnaround for our guys too. But I think they look forward to playing on Sunday, and like I said, it'll be a short night for them as well as the coaches. But it's another opportunity to play, and I think they see it as another opportunity just to be around each other too. I'm amazed at how much they like each other. Sometimes I waver a little bit.
You hear people talk about teams molding to their coach's personality. What about this team has made you mold to them?
I think you don't feel like the things you got to correct are the easy things. Don't say this or make sure you're standing here. But it's not the headache things where it's like, hey guys, we've revisited this a few times, or this can't go on this way because it's not going to lead to success. They know what it takes to put themselves in a position to be successful with either preparation or mindset or kind of how you handle different situations. Like again, tonight is a quick turnaround game. You got to kind of manage your business and your own schedule a little bit. And I think it's because you got guys that came in as freshmen that have had a lot of success, and they kind of already know, but they can look to the very elder statesmen we have on the team. They've been through everything. And then you kind of got the guys in the middle that I think last year was a big aid in some guys' development, like Drew and Jordan. So it's nice that they know what the gumbo recipe is, and they seem to kind of whip it up, and I'm all for it.
Did you teach Luke how to slide in the home? Or?
I don't know what was going on there, and hopefully no one sees that either as if anyone knows Luke Lipsius, there was no confidence or rubbing anything in or style points, anything you want to talk about with that. All it is a kid that looks like his number, which I'll let you guys look it up on the roster, and yet he acts like he's 6, literally. I mean, he got that bunt hit against Vanderbilt. I thought we were going to have to pinch run for him because he wouldn't stop smiling and pumping his fist and stuff like that. So, he's a leader in his own right. This is a kid's game, and you're probably better off treating it like that in most cases, and he does it all the time. So, and his brother, on the other hand, I think leads the SEC in all times questions asked. So it's interesting. They're twins, but they're a little different. Love Andre, though, obviously.
Coach, the success of the bullpen and the win against the alma mater, you think that seals the deal for the commitment for your buddy Max Scherzer's son 17 years from now?
There actually was a commitment at birth, and I couldn't get anyone to put it on social media, and then some other things interfered with what we had travel plans. But, yeah, Max was another one like these guys where you didn't have to worry about whether, how to coach him, other than every now and then you had to either calm him down or, roll him a few bunts so he get his work in. But it's nice to have guys that are in his mold that are ultra competitive, and they like competing and preparing every bit as much as you do. So you kind of, this job ain't easy, but you appreciate that for sure.
What did you think of Coach Heupel's first pitch?
It was good. So one of our knuckleheads, it was a coach, because I've educated our players on who he is. I won't say what coach. It's a younger guy. And he said, he's southpaw. I was like, dude, you've never seen this guy throw a football? And he said, no. I said, left-handed Patrick Mahomes. And anyone who disagrees with that comment, I mean, obviously Patrick just kept getting better and better in the NFL, but this same guy in college, but left-handed. And it was fun to see him out there. It's fun to see. Every now and then I'll sneak over there at practices. It's kind of a cool vibe that is going on over there right now. I wish I could jump in the mix every now and then and hang out with those guys. But it was fun to hang out with them for a few minutes in the dugout. And it was a strike, which isn't easy because Kirby Cannell is definitely not a professional catcher. So he's got one up on Peyton Manning right there, if I can say that. So.
When you say hang out, do you mean like strap on the pads and helmet?
No. No, just be over there. They've always got a DJ going on. I mean, our manager shouldn't take offense. He's good with the music. But they kind of, when you walk over to that building, every school that I've worked at, including Coach Pinko was incredible at his job. whenever I would walk over there, over to a football space, you get a there's an energy like there was in the park tonight, and something over there just kind of feels like there's a lot of positive vibes and everyone's upbeat, and that's step one to doing things that you want to do on the battlefield. And again, I think that's an attribute of our players.